Good morning. I'm Nikaya Harris. Kim Gusby is on assignment and we'll be checking in with her in just a bit. Thanks for joining us on WSAV News 3 today at 11. This is a live look over Tybee Island. Storm Team 3 meteorologist Alyssa Carsley joins us inside the Weather Center now with a look at your forecast first. Good morning, Alyssa.
Hey, good morning, Nikaya. As we're heading out and about over the next couple of hours, we've had high pressure in control. Yesterday's cold front is now sitting to our south, allowing for that northerly wind, the cooler, the comfortable conditions, at least we saw this morning, will continue all the way into this afternoon. In fact, just a few days ago, our feel-like temperatures by this time were already in the upper 90s into the triple digits. But thanks to the northerly wind and those lower dew points, our feel-like temperatures outside right now, not bad. In fact, it still feels like the 70s in Hazelhurst and Alma, 86 degrees for our feel-like temperature currently here in Savannah, and we'll continue to watch for those seasonably hot temperatures back from the upper 80s across the coastline to the low 90s everywhere else throughout the day. Still can't rule out one or two passing rain showers and thunderstorms throughout the afternoon, though the chance of rain is very low. Can't get rid of it completely this time of year. It's very difficult to do so in that typical summertime pattern. 91 degrees is the high today in Savannah to 92 degrees in Glenville, and then 87 degrees for the high today on Hilton Head. So coming up in just a few minutes, we'll talk about how temperatures just continue to sizzle as we head towards the weekend, with possibly breaking a record high temperature on Sunday.
Thank you, Alyssa. We begin with a follow-up to a story we first brought you yesterday morning on News 3 today at 11. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation is looking into an officer-involved shooting that left one man dead and two members of the Savannah Police Department injured. It happened around 7 yesterday morning near the intersection of East Victory Drive and Bull Street in the city's Starland district. According to GBI, two Savannah police officers were on patrol when they saw 35-year-old Nicholas Oxendine loitering outside a closed business. Investigators say the officers stopped to question Oxendine when he attacked one of them. We're told he then tried to attack the second officer, who fired his weapon, ending the confrontation. Oxendine was taken to the hospital where he later died. Both officers were treated for minor injuries and have since been released from the hospital. The GBI is now handling the case. Once they complete their investigation, it will be transferred to the district attorney's office. WSAV is your local election headquarters. The dust has settled in South Carolina's runoff, and we now know who will be moving on to the general election in November. We start with the race for the Republican nomination for governor. It was State Attorney General Alan Wilson defeating Lieutenant Governor Pamela Evette, with Wilson taking in 69% of the vote. Both candidates addressed their supporters after the results came in.
I also want to thank Pamela Evette. And like I said with the other, I would encourage you to applaud her. To all of the Yvette supporters out there, you fought hard for your candidate. You fought hard for her, and you're to be commended. I would ask that you give me the opportunity to fight for you as we go into the general election. Give me that opportunity, and I will fight as hard for you as you fought for her.
This race wasn't about me. It never has been. It's been about you. The people, the taxpayers, the business owners, the families who make our state the best in the world. This isn't the end of anything for me. It is just the beginning of a different chapter.
Now Wilson will face off against State Representative Jermaine Johnson in November. Johnson avoided a runoff, securing the Democratic nomination outright in the state's primary earlier this month. Moving on now to the race for the 1st Congressional District on the Democratic side. It was a close race, but Nancy LaCour edged out Mac DeFord by just over 1,000 votes. WSAV's Andrew Davis has reaction from LaCour following her big win.
The former three-star admiral climbed the stairs to speak to her supporters last night in Mount Pleasant. She stressed this is just the beginning. She wants to build a movement, a coalition of voters that claim integrity is important, that all voters, Democrats, Republicans, and independents count, and it's not all about the Trump administration.
I'm curious how big of a block that is. You know, I mean, a lot has changed since he came into office, and none of it's good. So I think people are just tired with the chaos that we see in D.C. and that we feel every day here in the Low Country, and I think that's going to help us.
She also says she knows many people are frustrated and angry, but tonight proves that hope is stronger than division. She wants to achieve her next mission, bringing stability back to Washington and protecting our home, saying that is not partisan.
Well, first and foremost, I'm not a career politician. right? I was in uniform until December 1st last year. So, and my time in uniform is something that I think people are craving. They want somebody with integrity. They want somebody who just knows how to lead, who's ready to get to work. I think they're tired of the show horse that we've seen in the current representative, and they're ready for a workhorse, and that's me.
That was Andrew Davis reporting. We also caught up with Mac DeFord. He had this to say.
Really proud of the race that we ran, but I also recognize the necessity that we have to unify as a party behind the Democratic ticket because of the dire times that we are in as a country.
Meanwhile, the Republican side has also been decided. Charleston County Council member Jenny Costa Honeycutt defeated state legislator Mark Smith. Honeycutt won by more than 3,000 votes and will now face off against Nancy LaCour in November. We will have the full breakdown of yesterday's runoff results on our website. Just visit WSAV.com/electionHQ.